Caitlin Clark set the Division I scoring record, passing University of Washington's Kelsey Plum, who had 3,527 points was the record. Caitlin Clark, when you talk about that it factor, when you talk about the players that are transcendent in their sport,
yes,
and how they operate, to not just break that record, but the way that she did it, it's mind-blowing because she comes out after a loss at Nebraska and she was 8 points away. She comes out layup 3. She's 3 points away from tying the record or breaking the record. She pulls up from Lillard range.
It was a 30-foot three and just cashed it. She's built for the moment. She's a bucket.
She scored the first 8 points of the game for her team.
On all adrenaline, she just got it out of the way. And she's playing a different game than all the other women out there.
And then she scored 41 more points after that.
49.
What?
They put up all over. Look, this is not me denigrating college basketball or women's college basketball. You don't see women's college basketball scoring 100.
Not very often, no.
Like, that's not a thing that happens. No. You're talking about, the game is not played at the same pace. You don't have nearly the same kind of shooting. Like, it's just... College is not built like that. So when you see this kind of scoring, it is bonkers. Something that actually was kind of cool coming out of this. You had all of the congratulatory praise that was heaped on her, the pre-recorded messages from Tom Brady and Peyton and Eli Manning. The one that really stood out, Angel Reese.
Yeah, they had beef.
They probably still do. Beef. But Angel Reese can't sit there and point at the ring finger and not also recognize that she is the GOAT. Caitlin Clark is that.
Damn Skippy.
And for her to be above all that and to send that, big on her.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool to see.
Pretty cool.
Now go at each other again in the NCAA tournament. That's what I want to see.
Hopefully in Portland. Because
that's right.
We got a women's regional this year.
We do. God, I hope we get at least one of those teams here.
That would be awesome.
If they got either of LSU or Iowa in this region, which I doubt they would because they'll both be top seeds. But if they did,
well, you're going to get right now the Portland region, according to the bracketology, the bracketology.
Yeah,
you would have Iowa and Portland.
Really?
You would have
with what seed?
The 2 seed.
Oh, okay. That's why they're pumping them to a 2. Okay.
Colorado would be the 1 seed.
Interesting. Okay.
And then also in Portland, you could get Baylor, which is still a good program.
Yeah.
You got Stanford, which
that's Cam Brink
coming home.
Tara Vanderveer. That would be huge if they got Iowa and Stanford here in that bracket.
Oregon State would also be a 3 seed with the opportunity to come to Portland.
Wow.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
As a preempt to Portland getting a WNBA team, fans here would have a chance to really show out for top-level women's basketball. That would be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That would actually be – I would find a way to get to an Iowa game, 100%.
You would have Stanford, Texas, Oregon State, Indiana, which really good, Syracuse, Colorado, Iowa, Virginia Tech. Good at women's basketball, apparently.
I had somebody from
Kansas
Virginia
State
tell me it was
Gonzaga
weird.
as well. Gonzaga would be here as well.
I had somebody from Virginia tell me it was weird to call Virginia Tech Va-Tech the other day.
Really?
They said, I'm from Virginia. I live in Virginia. I have friends who went to Virginia Tech. I don't know anyone's ever called it Va-Tech.
Well, they probably just call it Tech.
Maybe?
If I say Tech, what school do you think of?
Texas.
You think of Texas Tech?
Yeah. OIT.
You go to hell. You go straight
Throw that knife in there.
Those country bumpkins in Klamath Falls. Go straight to hell.
I think Georgia Tech.
I do too. That's Georgia Tech.
That's fair.
Once you get past that Oregon Tech, I'm staring lasers through you. Staring laser beams through you. All right. Yeah, I would think if they probably just call it Tech. I think of Georgia Tech, then Texas Tech would be number 2.
Yeah,
Virginia Tech would be 3rd.
Sure, but it was weird when I said Va-Tech. They're like Va. Nobody ever calls anything Va, and I was like, maybe it's a West Coast thing. But everyone I've ever known when talking about Virginia Tech, either you say Virginia Tech or you say Va-Tech.
Or I just say Vic.
Yeah,
Beamer.
Beamer ball.
Beamer ball.
Yeah.
Vic. I don't find myself talking about Virginia Tech often.
But I have two friends that are from Virginia that were in the Air Force with me, and I was talking to them last night.
Del Curry, didn't he go to Virginia Tech?
I think
Is that
so.
where Del Curry went?
Yeah, because Virginia Tech wouldn't offer Steph the scholarship. They would have let him walk on. That's why he had to go to Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you think they regret that one?
I would probably think that is something that they would.
Del Curry, indeed, Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
No,
like
no,
I think
I was confident in that one.
Bruce Smith, Michael Vick, Del Curry.
It's a short list, but it's a good list.
It is a really good list. It's a great list.
I love schools like that when you see it and you're like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's list is like one of the best lists in all of college sports.
Bimbo Coles.
God, that's such a great name. Bring back people being named Bimbo, unironically.
People forget Marcus Vick too.
Well,
Probably for good reason.
here's the thing about that. Maybe they remembered, hey, remember that time we gave
Cam
Marcus
Chancellor, too.
we gave Marcus Vick the opportunity to play here? Maybe we shouldn't do the whole nepotism thing. And so they told Steph no. Marcus ruined it for Steph.
Marcus ruined it for Steph. That sucks for him. Sucks for Virginia Tech too. All right. Well, and that's talking Tech. But what a hell of a way to do it for Caitlin Clark. And I hope that she is in Portland. That's going to be a really cool event, especially if you have, Cameron Brink here in Stanford. If you can get Iowa too, sign me up. But I think that there's no like disappointments that are going to happen because you're probably going to have like Connecticut or, Iowa or Stanford here. And I'm all for it. It's going to be awesome. And the way that she broke that record, that's how stars do it. That's how they do it.
And now who's
crotch chopping.
who's up next on the all-time scoring list?
Who?
Antoine Davis. Rip City Remix legend, number 2 scorer in NCAA basketball history.
Wait, what?
Yes, Detroit Mercy. He is number 2 all time.
Really?
Yes, he is 2 points away from the NCAA record.
Do you see Detroit Mercy? They just snapped
They
their 26,
0-26,
and they had a single fan storm the court.
They did, and
Which is so fitting. You get your first win. We're gonna go ahead on Dick Vitale floor.
After
He just kind of goes, "Hey, we did it."
Yeah, after watching the video, we're using the word storm fairly loosely here.
Yes.
so it's
No.
unfortunate. Antoine Davis's dad is the coach there, who
They
also
kinda-
is the coach that took over for Bobby Knight first after he was let go at Indiana.
Fan kind of sauntered onto the court.
There's a lot of strings we're pulling here with the Davis family and scoring records and recent news. It's kind of cool.
That is neat.
But yeah, no, Antoine Davis is the number 2 scorer in NCAA history. Trails the record by 2 points.
Well,
Tough.
Here comes Caitlin Clark. She's coming for you.
Yeah, she's only like 40 points away, I think.
She'll get that by, I don't know.
She was 100. She's 51 points away because she was 100, I think, coming into the game.